Hi, I'm Michi, and welcome to Daily Reflections. And today we'll talk about why I read non fictional books to escape reality. So, people do all sorts of things to escape from their daily lives, daily struggles. Could be doing sports, watching a movie at the end of the day, or maybe you're the type of person that reads a novel. And there are all sorts of pros and cons for these different activities. For myself, I found out that reading technical or non-fictional books have like the best benefit for me and help me to do that. And there are basically two reasons for it. One is escaping reality, and then there's another big benefit that I derive from it, which is I learn something. And as you know, life can be frustrating sometimes. Life is mostly about interacting with different people. Life can be chaotic, complicated, and I found, although I like all sorts of self help material, the problem with it is that they usually show how it should be done, like that perfect way of dealing with different situations. And in on some days it can't always be done. Like I experienced myself that there are days, even if I know all the techniques, I've practiced it, I don't get it to work. And on those specific days, a self-help book doesn't help me really to shut off. It only frustrates me more. And we can have a look on one of those days. Imagine you wake up early, lack of sleep. In the morning, it's challenging with the kids. You're driving to work, tired, exhausted, already feeling a bit of a tension. And then you have this situation with your superior. And in this situation, although you know theoretically what to do, how to handle it, you just don't know. You just can. And the situation doesn't really resolve. You take that baggage home with you. When you get home from work, there's your spouse. She's or he's dealing with her struggles, with his struggles, and you're getting that baggage too. You're engaging in these things, and at the end of the day, you're just overwhelmed. You can't deal with it anymore, and that's the situation where I experienced for myself that although I like them, self-help books just make it worse. And lots of people on those days opt for just watching a movie, like escaping reality, just for 1.5 or 2 hours. And I get it, fair enough. It makes sense. But there's also a downside. We have looked at it already. Watching movies doesn't really help you in any way. It's just, um, yeah, zooming you out, getting away from it. But tomorrow it will be still there. And also, it doesn't really kind of relax you. Like, I experienced that after watching a movie, I'm I feel even more tension. I'm like I can't sleep. I still have to read a couple of pages before I really can get to bed. Although for quite some time I don't really watch movies anymore. So what I've experienced and discovered is that besides all those how-to books and material, really pure technical books, may it be about accounting or may it be about software development or may it be about physics, mathematics, whatever you're into, whatever your job is about, whatever your interest, whatever you're interested in. I've experienced that taking one of those books really helps me to kind of zone out, like get away from all the emotional stuff that has been bothering me throughout the day. So, in that way, it's kind of similar to watching a movie. But on the other hand side, it's also really helping me in a way that I learn something. And I figure that, especially in those days, I can really highly focus on that kind of material. So while I can read this technical stuff to get away from all my other struggles, at the same time, I can learn something new or relearn something that I've known before and long forgotten. And that's essentially the benefit I see and I get from reading technical books, especially in those situations. And those are mainly the two reasons why I'm doing it. And another question is, what do you do to escape your everyday life? See you in the next episode. Was my pleasure. Goodbye.